Well, yeah. It was a slight miscommunication. I thought she was going to take the phone, and she didn't, so no big deal. All's well that ends well. Hey, what? Well, it's not like you're going to put it on video or nothing. I'm sitting there now. I'm sitting there thinking, now, how long am I going to wait until I call the? I was just going to start calling the. I would have had Carl call the truck stop. Of course, I had you at the wrong truck stop. So another lack of communication. Damn, we need a switchboard and a tracking. I'll bet you anything your phone would track you anyway. So, dadgummit. Okay, I'm talking on video. So, alrighty, here we go. Mark didn't answer. He hoped Doc Vasquez was right. To think of the alternative was too painful. At least Mike had a chance. This was more than he could say for Alex. Okay, I think I remember we were there. The vet pulled a small piece of shrapnel from Mark's glute after he deadened. Oh, I remember. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just going to roll with it. I cut it short because, yeah. All right. Mark relayed the details to his wife. They talked for a while and decided to tell Sam together. She was still at the ranch, but would probably come back with Gunny. Dr. Ken arrived from Floresville 20 minutes later to work on Mike. He relieved Doc Vasquez, who was then able to take a look at Mark's hip in one of the other rooms. "How's he doing, Doc?" Mark asked, almost afraid of the answer. "It's not good, Mark. He lost a lot of blood, and there's a lot of damage. The good news is that he's strong and a fighter. Plus, after seeing them work together, there's no one I'd want working on me more than Dr. Ken and Lisa. If he can be saved, they're the ones to do it. It may be a long shot, but I believe he'll make it." Mark didn't answer. He hoped Doc Vasquez was right. To think of the alternative was too painful. At least Mike had a chance. That was more than he could say for Alex. The vet pulled a small piece of shrapnel from Mark's glute after he deadened the area with a local anesthetic. He put a couple of stitches in the wound, bandaged it, and gave Mark a big shot of antibiotics. Then he herded the karate man into David's room and admonished him to wait there for 30 minutes to make sure he didn't have a reaction to the shot as he'd had the last time. David was sleeping, and his light rhythmical snoring had Mark sawing logs of his own in just a few minutes. Mark woke with a start. Lisa was in the room, checking on David. Mark looked at his watch and saw that it was a little after 10. He briefly wondered if there wasn't something else in the syringe than what he'd been told. Lisa looked at him with sad eyes. "Mike?" he asked. "He's holding his own. We were able to repair most of the damage. Now it's just a waiting game. Every minute he hangs in there, the odds move more in his favor. If he makes it to 24 hours, he has a good shot." "I'm sure you heard about your dad." Lisa nodded her head and tears rolled down her cheeks. "I'm really sorry, Lisa. There's something you didn't know," Mark continued. "He was really sick. He didn't want anyone to know." "We all knew, Mark." Lisa stopped him. "How?" Lisa gave him a sad smile, and he knew the answer. It was obvious, especially to someone with medical training. How could she not have known? "He went out a hero, Lisa. He saved David. You can take comfort in that." "I do, Mark. In a way, it was probably for the best. He couldn't have believed he was hiding it from us much longer, and the pain would have been horrible at that point. We would have had to keep him so medicated that he wouldn't have had any quality of life. At least this way, it was quick and painless. I'm just going to miss him like crazy," she said. The tears turned from a trickle to a stream. Mark stood up and hugged her. "I'm going to miss him too. We all are." "Thank you, Mark," she said as she patted his back and then pulled away, turning her attention back to David. Mark was impressed with how well she was taking the loss of her father. He remembered just a few short months ago when the same woman nearly fell apart when they couldn't find her parents. The events of the last 100 days had changed them all. "How's David?" "He's going to need a lot more physical therapy on this arm. I don't know if he'll ever get it back to 100%, but we'll do whatever's necessary to make sure he gets the best chance for a full recovery." "Thanks," he said as he headed for the door. "You should really get some rest." "Sorry, I have to go visit an old neighbor." Mark unlocked the shed and used a flashlight to find his lantern. He lit it and hung it up in the center of the storage building. It swung back and forth on the nail, making the shadows dance wickedly. The hissing of the burning gas sounded evil.